Wouldn't you know that I didn't even have my phone on the right technology? Sorry about that. So we're going to take two. So I'm going to dive right in as we try to help liberate you from the chaos of working in your business. As I mentioned, we had a live mastermind yesterday where we had multiple small business owners in actually this room right here. And we were talking about this one issue of how do we engage customers with sincerity, with authenticity, but we can do it for a long period of time. And so we came up with these 5 things with small business owners around the room. And ultimately, here's number 1. The first thing that we heard, and actually one of our small business owners mentioned this, but I got really excited because this is one of my big things, is overtell your why. What the heck is your why? That's the mission statement. When we tell you that we liberate small business owners from their chaos, that's our mission. That's what drives us out of bed in every single morning. That's why I tell you all the time that Mondays are my favorite days of the week, because it's the first day of the week that we get the opportunity to liberate you, the small business owner, from their chaos. And so that mission, but constantly saying it. Every Facebook Live you hear me on, we're going to say it. Every podcast, we're going to say it. We're just going to repeat it over and over and over again, not because we're trying to beat a dead horse, but to realize that's what we do. And so if you want to engage a customer, the customer has to understand, what is it that you do? I need clarity on understanding what you do. And for us, we're here to liberate you. That's what we're here to do. And so we say it over and over and over again. So that's number 1, is to overtell your why, overtell your mission statement. The second thing that we wrote down here was to communicate your process on a regular basis. Now, I'm going to make a statement. I really want you to think about this. Some of you might disagree with wholeheartedly. Your end product, in most cases, is actually a commodity. Even if you sell $1 million homes, even if you build $1 million homes, if you offer auto body exteriors, if you're I don't care what you're doing. In most situations, the majority of situations, the end product that you are offering is a commodity. Now, don't be offended by that because I want you to hear this next part. What you're selling is not your end product. What you're selling is not the commodity of your end product. For me, it's business coaching. For you, it might be building $1 million home. For somebody else, it might be selling candy in a dollar store. Whatever it looks like, your end goal is not the commodity. What you're selling is the process. It's the experience. We've got one client, one small business owner who was actually in this room yesterday. One of his core values is the I can't miss it experience. That's what you're selling. That's what you're delivering, is the experience. And so what you want to be able to do is not only overtell your why, but also communicate your process. But in order to communicate the process, you have to have the process documented. You yourself have to know what the process is. So when I work with you, what's different about working with you than working with what you would classify as a competitor? And if you've got your own process, guess what? You don't have any competitors. Because if I line up 2 different processes, I'm going to identify with one process over the other. So communicate your process. Overtell your why. The third thing that we wrote down here was to develop these intentional relationships. But let me define that, because that's very broad. So the definition we wrote down was prioritizing what element of the relationship or what stage of the relationship is worth diving into. All right, so let's imagine, for example, that you're a home builder. Well, that could be a 6-month or a 12-month or an 18-month relationship. So in that relationship, you need to decide, hey, we need to have touch points along the way, certainly, but what's the hallmark point along that relationship where we go, this is what we're going to own, and we're going to do this better than anybody. And so let's say it's the house closing, when it's time to turn the keys over to the new homeowner. So when you have that and you turn the keys over to the new homeowner, is that a situation to where you look at it and go, we're going all in on this. We're gonna have the wow factor. We're gonna go crazy. This is going to be incredible. And so that element is an element you can begin to kind of, I hate to use the word automate because it sounds very robotic, but it's the one that you can plan the most. You can prepare the most with great process and really drill that in there. And so choosing the point of the relational cycle that you're in with that customer, the relationship, and really diving in to that one particular area. Number 4, and I thought this was really powerful, one of these small business owners said that, limit the talk about money and increase the talk about people. So people are not transactions. We talk about transactionary numbers, and when we do reporting, we talk about numbers. But he really challenged all of us, talk when you talk about the wins in the quote sales of your business, put names to it, put faces to it, put emotion to it. And when you do that, all of a sudden your customers become people instead of numeric metrics to be able to track and to follow. And the final thing that we wrote down in terms of how to deliver this consistent wow to your customers, to incorporate your hobby into their experience. And so the things that naturally bring you energy, do something for them that could integrate that experience, that thing that you know how to do. We had one of the guys in the room that is a hobbyist with drones, loves drones. Well, he's brought that into his work, and now he's doing drone videos to shoot progress of the client work that he's working on, and they love it. So he's integrated his hobby into what he's doing. So there's 5 quick things that might be of help for you. Number 1, overtell your why. Number 2, communicate your process on a regular basis, because that's really what people are buying into. Number 3 is develop the intentional relationship, but pick a point in that relationship and really say we're going all in on every customer we've got at this stage of the relationship. Number 4, limit the money talk and increase the talk about people. And finally, one of the most important things you can do to increase that wow engagement with a customer is to incorporate the things that you love, because those are the things that give you energy. And when you're delivering that wow in the continuum of the relationship, you can leverage that fun that you have in the hobby you have to do something really special for somebody else. So I got a lot to work on. That is a lot to work on, but that all came out of this room yesterday in a live mastermind, and I wanted to be able to share it with you. If you think this is going to be helpful for somebody else, I would invite you to share this Facebook Live and pass it around. And by the way, if you're trying to figure out, am I working on my business or am I working in my business? We've actually worked up a great PDF. It's a 1-page PDF, and you can just plow right through it, and it'll help you determine if you're an in your business kind of person or an on your business kind of person. We want you to be an on your business. Just go to mybusinessonpurpose.com/guide and just type that in there. You'll be able to download that, and hopefully that'll be of help to you. I hope you guys are having a great week so far, and I hope this little vignette helps to liberate you from the chaos of working in your business. We'll talk to you soon.